Even though Cambodians went to the polls in what's reported to be an 84% turnout, it should not be viewed in any way as a legitimately free and fair election. On the contrary, it's essentially a fig leaf to give the ruling regime an opportunity to hand over power to the next generation, including current Prime Minister Hun Sen's son, Hun Manet. Hun Sen's son, Hun Manet, is currently the leader of the military in Cambodia, and he's actually Western educated. He was educated in the United States at West Point and in the UK. However, he's not, I don't think he should be viewed as a reformer in that sense. Even though that, he may be different than his father, at the end of the day, for probably the foreseeable future, his father intends to stay on behind the scenes and remain in control. Over the past 2 decades, China and Cambodia have been very close. Much of the development in Cambodia can be attributed to Chinese investment, and the regime is very dependent on this money coming from China, as it's very corrupt and often has difficulty attracting investment from Western countries. And in return, Cambodia typically favors Chinese interests within ASEAN and can often be seen as a spoiler within the organization. For instance, it often takes China's side in the South China Sea dispute and disrupts ASEAN unity on this issue. US-Cambodia relations are an example of the balancing act the United States has to perform in Southeast Asia. On the one hand, it's concerned about human rights and democracy within Cambodia, especially given Hun Sen's crackdowns in recent years. On the other hand, it doesn't want to see Cambodia fully move into China's camp, and it would like to maintain some semblance of a relationship with Phnom Penh. In Southeast Asia, there's been a decline in democracy over the past decade or so. Many countries throughout the region have experienced this similar level of decline, but within an overall rise in authoritarianism, Cambodia could be seen as one of the more extreme examples, with the opposition having been essentially destroyed in the past decade.